So I just returned the XC90 T8 and Audi sent me this. I thought it's the Q8 at first, but apparently this is the Q7, the local assembly Q7, and I think it's a looker. And I mean, when I say it's a looker, it's, shall I say, prettier than the Q8. You know, the Lamborghini Urus Q8. This is prettier and doesn't have the silly slant back. This looks good. I mean, looks like a proper SUV. Alright, let's drive it. Audi Q7 TFSI Quattro. Q7, I will call this the Q8 Pro Plus because it's exactly like a Q8 but more practical, more space, prettier and cheaper. And let me see. Oh, soft close pula. Let's go. So I just want to let you guys see how the rear wheels move about. All right, let's go, start the car. Oh, Audis are behaving like Hyundais, huh? If I turn, will it turn? Does it move? I'm not sure. I can't see from inside, but probably you guys can see better than I do. All right. But I can certainly feel, shut up! I can certainly feel this car rotates much easier and turns with much more confidence than the XC90 that I just returned. Add to the fact, I don't think this car uses air suspension. Adjustable coil springs always give better reassuring handling at the limits compared to air suspension. There's nothing that can be done to make air suspensions drive as nice as an adjustable coil spring, adaptive suspension. Yep. All right, I hope you guys can see that. Now to bring you guys back into the cabin. Oh. Okay. Now to change where I think a lot of people like this view, right? I like this vantage point as well because you get to see the car controls, you get to see what's coming from behind, you get to see the blind spot warning lighting up. Yep. Smart tag. Oh, there's a place to put smart tag. That's nice. Nah, not convenient. That's for contrabands, for Singaporeans to put their vapes driving into Singapore. Right. I think the Singapore government is just pretending. Whoa, brother! Okay, comparing this car, since that this car is 460,000 and the XC90 is 430 over 1,000, I'm talking about a T8, all right? Now, if we were to compare how both engines run, right? Obviously, this is a larger engine. It's a 3-liter, 6-cylinder. It's smoother, it sounds better, it just feels nicer. However, there's one thing. That engine, that 2-liter in the Volvo XC90 T8. Even, let's not talk about the electrification part, all right? Because when the electric motor and the engine both are working in tune together, there's no comparison. First of all, that one pulls more power, faster, and throttle response is way more immediate. And put that aside, put the electrification part aside, just talk about its 2-liter petrol engine, because that car, when you run out of juice, when electricity is out, I mean the battery is depleted, you can actually put the car into a forced charge mode. When it goes into forced charge mode, the electric motors are not helping in any form of acceleration, all right, or throttle response in any way. The engine is working full time for two objectives: to propel the car and also charge the battery. Fuel consumption shoots up the roof, and the engine sounds rougher and louder at that mode. But even at that mode, that car's throttle response, as compared to this, maybe this is a larger engine or a larger turbocharger. This one needs more time to spool up, but it's so obvious when you put your foot on the throttle, just on daily driving. I'm not talking about, the need for sudden full throttle acceleration. I'm merely talking about now the cars have eased up in front of me. I put my throttle down now, and then the response comes like 1 second later. All right, it is constant. This is always there. Whether it's 30% throttle or 50% throttle, it is always there. So now I'm cruising again. I'm in individual mode. Individual mode that I adjusted for this car is dynamic throttle and engine and transmission. Dynamic, which is sport mode or sport plus for Audi. But the suspension, I put it as comfort. Okay, but even in dynamic throttle response, I'm gonna put my foot down now. That's almost 1.5 seconds before the car picks up speed. By then, the Volvo would have been gone, because the Volvo's response is immediate. I like that. But of course, there are differences in application. Certain times, you drop your foot. I mean, in both cars, in any turbocharged cars, there are times where you were cruising smoothly, and then all of a sudden you give the car the full beans. There are momentary hesitations on both cars. It does happen, but this is constant. That means at any given time, any setting, whenever I put like 30% throttle, I wanted to accelerate a little bit, it just takes about 1 second for the push to come, which having come off the XC90, I kind of missed that. But in operation wise, let's say after you get past that 1 second, at any rev range, any acceleration, this one feels nicer, purely because it has a much larger engine, a 3-liter as opposed to a 2-liter. And you don't feel the engine being stressed that much compared to the 2-liter in the XC90 T8. So comparing both cars, obviously the XC90 is a more advanced drivetrain. Advanced, I put it in a bracket because not everybody appreciates a plug-in hybrid, all right? Especially if the plug-in hybrid can't do like 100 kilometers or 150 kilometers of EV range. If it is just 50 on paper, the actual one that you're getting is going to be lesser. And there's always that constant thing that bogs your mind. Oh, my battery has run out. Oh, do I need to force charge? Or later I want to charge it somewhere. Oh, 5 years later, how much battery range do I have? What's my resale value? How much to replace one battery? All that. All right. This one is for those who just want a luxury SUV 7-seater. I was surprised. I forgot it's a 7-seater because I've been driving the Q8, I've been driving Cayennes, I've been driving the Q8 e-tron, and they all look similar, and I forgot the fact that the Q7 was a 7-seater. But I'll be very surprised if the third row of this car can perform as good as the third row in the XC90. But nevertheless, this car has a sportier profile. It has certainly a sportier drive, a sportier suspension setup. Basically, this car is more enjoyable to drive fast than the XC90. Daily wise, I don't see that big of a difference. Daily wise, probably the XC90 feels more comfortable than this one. It's not that this one is not comfortable, but it's just that sometimes on cars like these, on bends like these, you just want to push it because it's that enjoyable to drive if this motorcycle isn't around lah, huh? Okay, but in terms of kick down, yeah, I don't want to scare that biker, no lah. I don't want to rev up and cut in, no, it's not good. If I scare him, anything, he may lose control, then I would have accidentally ended a person's life, which is not very healthy. Yeah, but that lag is always there. Okay, full throttle, there we go. See, drives like these, right, are things that I won't do with the XC90. Yeah, oh, the Camry is pushing it, giving it the beans. So nice, so nice. The brake feel is awesome. The positive brake feel. Downshift, downshift, downshift. Ooh. Okay, put it back into. Nyah! Smart Tech has become the slowest lane. The unsmart tech. Anyway. Of course, on a car like this, when you keep pushing it, your fuel consumption is gonna go down. Yesterday was full tank, today is almost half tank. Yeah, on any turbocharged cars, when you give it the beans, it's gonna consume a lot. Wait, I see. You're almost 2 seconds when it's a full throttle. Even in dynamic mode. Okay, Zeekr. Okay, I'm slower than the Zeekr. I can't fight the Zeekr. Oh, the Zeekr is protected by some security car at the back. Don't get near. I wouldn't get near. Look at that Koleos. It has some police signage. But the Zeekr is number 13, not some single digit. And the Koleos behind, that doesn't look like a police car's siren. Who are those? Private security guards? Is it legal? Anyway. Yeah, man, drive-wise, this one beats the XC90. No sweat. But the satisfaction of daily driving, that means you don't want that lag. And then you drive around town, and then anytime you give the throttle, the car responds and all that. That part, I think the XC90 is better. All right. But I do appreciate that feeling, that taut feeling of what are you doing? Why the wipers came up? That solid feeling of Audis when you're behind the wheel, and the Quattro and all that. It's just nice. It is just enjoyable to drive. Yeah, I think this is a car that I can enjoy driving all the way to Thailand, and then also having fun at the bends, you know, in northern part of Thailand, because this drives well. I don't see any deficiency in handling of this over a Cayenne, except the fact that this car has 2 more seats and is 150,000 cheaper or more, 200,000 cheaper to buy, and it looks just as good as a Cayenne. Oh, that security guy did a very dangerous maneuver, got honked by this Mitsubishi Triton pickup. Come on, it's not heavy traffic, you don't need to drive like that. Yeah, I know he's your boss, but that's not a very healthy way to drive, especially when your car is unmarked. What's going on? Some VIPs? Anyway. Alright. Yeah. Do the walk around. Cheers. You know what's the problem? There is an XC60 T8 in front. Looks very feminine, very pretty, right? Very civil, very Volvo, very safe. I cannot outrun that car before 180 km/h. That car is freaking fast, man. I can go full throttle and all that, right? I just cannot outrun that car. But that one is limited to 180 km/h. I'm not. I can go what, 230, 240 probably, maybe 250 limited. I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's enjoyable to drive. Look at that. Okay, better slow down. Nice. Very nice handling. I like. Despite this is old compared to the competition, but if it does what it does, like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, it has the adaptive cruise control, even though the control stock is the old type, the single stock that you have the set lah, push lah, cancel lah, resume lah, and all that. Whereas Volvo is just one button. But it drives well. I have no concerns of hybrid and all that. That's the selling point of this, I would say. Okay? Let's park and do work in preparation for our big gathering on the 7th of June. Alright. Audi! As you all know, I'm an Audi man. But the last Audi I drove, the Q8 e-tron, left me desiring more of that old Audi feeling. Thank you so much, Mr. Valfire. Oh, I like this. Okay, I've been driving the hybrids, the electrics and all that. This one, despite in S gear just now, it was in S gear, there is that little bit of delay. Normal 3-litre turbocharged, that will happen when it's a pure petrol car. Unlike these are hybrids. The X5s are hybrids, the XC90 is hybrid. And this round, the car is locally assembled. And I'm happy to say it's better fitted than the imported Q8 e-tron. The Q8 e-tron doesn't feel like an Audi is supposed to be. You know, that kind of Teutonic interior quality. And I've just returned the XC90 and got this. This is definitely feeling more solid than the XC90. Everything is solid. And to my surprise, carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber. Wow, nice. Do you call this the dry carbon because there's no the exterior shining layer? Anyway, you have the clickety screen stuff here and the aircon stuff here, which I'm still not my favorite. Not my favorite. It is merely screens mimicking buttons and not dynamically adjustable, right? It's static here, it's static here, meaning there's no reason for it to be screen. It should be just buttons, right? But they turn it to screens to appear modern. But I love the steering wheel, the girth of it. The build is just solid. Everything is just Teutonic, Malaysian assembled. Audi is better than fully imported one. All right. No panoramic roof, which I would prefer to have panoramic roof, but let me tell you first, my experience of panoramic roofs means there will be the water running drains and they'll get clogged up, and when they get clogged up, water will backflow coming down from your A-pillar. It's gonna drip here. What did I do? What did you sing? Anyway, yeah. So I have a friend who's from Sarawak, and they are rich. You know, they have McLarens and Ferraris, Lambos, Audi RS6 and all that. And the wife told me one thing. She find it very, very difficult to buy a luxury car, a luxury SUV that doesn't have a panoramic roof. She outright reject panoramic roofs. She say because it's definitely hotter than if a solid roof that reflects sunlight. She don't want that glass on top emanating heat into the cabin. No matter how many layers of tinting and all that, she just don't buy that argument. Interesting. So there you have it. This is a car that doesn't have panoramic roof, and perhaps she may consider this if she's watching this video. I know her husband watches my videos, right? This one doesn't come with panoramic roofs. So how is the car? Very Audi, which is nice to drive. All Audis are nice to drive. Don't listen to Thomas, because when it comes to SUVs, there's very little difference between an Audi and a Porsche Cayenne or a BMW X5. There's literally no difference. All right, they handle just as well as a Cayenne, just as well as a X5. There's no difference in the logo here when it comes to SUVs, because the layout is more or less the same. The distribution of weight is more or less the same. It's four-wheel drive. Yeah, okay. So shut up, Thomas. I know Thomas hates Audis. No, he just want to pick on me, right? And I love Audis. All right. Yep. The few things that I am familiar with, which is Teutonic build quality and a nice driving experience. One thing that I'm not used to for Audis in Malaysia, official Audis, will be the low price, because the Q7 used to be 700 over 1,000. All right, and then the imported ones, and then they try to bring it down to what, the high 500s, and now for the first time, locally assembled. I think they made the correct decision to assemble the Q7. I know I talk shit about it. A lot of people talk shit about it because it's not a new car. It is not new at all, but judge around the competition. I think that's the most important thing. What competes with this? The Cayenne, the X5, the XC90, and this. XC90, of course, is the more advanced powertrain, T8, you know, and all that. More power, definitely. Hybrid, there's a duality of usage and all that. But yesterday I stumbled upon a Facebook page and I see so many people commenting and got interested. That Facebook page, I forgot the name, but it's a business by someone who claims he can successfully remove the hybrid system from all plug-in hybrid BMWs. Yup. Because that is the pain point, right? Plug-in hybrid BMWs, prices have come down, all right, cheap, but a lot of people don't dare to buy them, and used car values just tank down, because when it's a plug-in hybrid, once the car gets old, you get quite a bit of, it is worrying. That's to say the least, okay? It is worrying because the components may cost just as much as the car itself, making it impossible to buy used. Moreover, it is not like what a lot of people think. I mean, they keep asking me this question. Did I turn on my mic? Okay. People keep asking me this question. Hey Bobby, can I continue to drive my BMW plug-in hybrid even after the battery has died, or the converter has died, the ERAD has died? The answer is no, you cannot. All right. The motor, the electric motor, is housed between the engine and the torque converter, basically replacing what is the torque converter. All right, between the transmission and the engine. So you need everything to be working in sync for it to even work. All right. I wanted to adjust the drive mode, but it's over here. It's a soft button. Yeah, it's an actual button, but it's a flat surface that is just as good as a touchscreen anyway. Oh, Range Rover Sport, nice. But you can't corner, can you? I can corner, you cannot. I can go into a bend and the car sits, and then I can power myself out just like a Cayenne. And then I give it more beans, more throttle, and then this is a giant hatchback of a car. Look at the handling. Look at the handling, sure-footed handling, beautiful handling. XC90 can't do this. Flat answer. XC90 can't corner like that. It's tidy, it's decent, but it's not of sporty nature like what I just did. All right. Traffic. Nice. Now the thing is this. Is this car advanced? No, right? It is not. It is a basic 3-liter turbo, 8-speed ZF, I presume. Should be lah. Cannot be other transmission. And but at least it has radar cruise control, basically the adaptive cruise control, AEB and all that. The crucial stuffs are here. It doesn't have what you don't need, and it has this turbo lag, and then here you go. Not super fast because this is a heavy car, but it's the fun that you get with pure petrol, right? The revving of the car, the turbocharger. Yeah, need some time to build boost. 3-liter TFSI. I have no idea on the power yet, but it's not terribly powerful, but it's not slow, definitely. Yeah, it's enjoyable. And it's the kind of car where if you just want to buy a luxury SUV, you don't even want to think about, to you petrol is nothing, right? It's like 2 ringgit per liter. I mean, even if you pump 97, 3 ringgit plus per liter, to you it's like, it's cheap, right? Thailand is 5-6 ringgit per liter for 92. Or was it 95? Yeah, it's like 6 ringgit in Thailand. So if you see through the attractive stuffs that want to attract you, like EV, plug-in and all that, you just want a good old petrol combustion luxury SUV, I'll pick this over the others because, hey, it's nicely built, it drives well, it's powerful enough, it's no frills. I have what I need, like soft closed doors and all that. These are pretty much old compared to the competition. Yeah, it's old. But the thing is, it doesn't come with a hybrid drivetrain. I mean, if if the European hybrids are as advanced as the one that I drove, the J7 PF, if it is that advanced, okay, I buy it. I want hybrid now. But after trying the Chinese hybrids and then coming back to European hybrids, I just kind of felt that, yeah, the battery runs dry, then the engine becomes noisy all the time, you know, and then I force charge the car and then the fuel consumption shoots up. All these things is just like, I might as well have a petrol combustion car. Yeah, provided you stay in landed, you can charge every day, all right? Yeah, and I like the interior build. I like the rear seats that can recline. I love the boot space. And I think it looks much better than those slant back Q8s. And I realized the Q8, right? The thing that I don't like is not just the slant back. It's that boring single strip tail light that just runs across like that. This one has a better looking tail end. And this one looks like a proper SUV. And it looks good. Okay, the front isn't to my taste lah. This Audi front, this large grille and then the weird headlights. No Q7 is as good looking as the original first Q7. None. Alright. But this one at least got some sporty bits and all that. So it's, for 460,000, which means, right, this car is 20 something thousand more than the XC90 T8. Right? Of course, that one has tax incentives because it's locally assembled hybrid. This one is just locally assembled, but for them to be able to come down to this price, it's a lot of work and no joke, a lot of discussion back and forth with the factory for them to come down to this price. And I think go and have a look, because so far driving it, I'm very satisfied with how it drives, how it rides. Suspension is alright. Comfortable enough. Yeah. And you still get the old Audi well-built interior, the Teutonic Audi interior. Not like the Q8 e-tron. That one is a disappointment. That thing. Alright, so yeah, I'm happy. Nice. Oh, forgot to mention the GLE. But GLE is not the same price as the other Germans lah, huh? It's always a little bit more expensive. That one is not bad as well. Beautiful interior. Yeah. Hey, motorbike, just accelerate. Come on, let's go. Nice. And the sound system is great. It's Bang & Olufsen. 19 speakers or something. Great sound system. So for this price, okay lah. Okay. Yeah. That's the Audi interior that I know, that I like. Still one level above that of the Chinese. Yeah. Nice. Choice of materials, choice of touch points, the kind of mature design. Boring, yes, but nice. Hey, here cannot use credit card. Apa ni? Where's the credit card lane? Oh shit, Scheiße. Can I use credit card? Need to use touch and go. Yeah, whoa, need touch and go. Whoa. Why Okay lah, touch and go faster. Yeah. Car guy car. No lah. Not some RS or S lah. But it's alright. 3-liter turbo. So later I'll do a walk around and check out the interior and all that. So far I love the drive. I like coming back to some traditional, good old petrol combustion luxury car. Even though it's old, long in the tooth, but knowing how old it is versus judging it objectively across the competition are two different things, right? The XC90 is older, technically speaking, right? That car is from 2015, just with a facelift. It's a 10-year-old car, but you have to judge across the competition, right? I think the XC90 may be a little bit more spacious. It is a bigger car. And I think with the hybrid drivetrain of that car, when both drivetrain are working in sync, it is actually more comfortable in terms of the picking up of speed and all that. But hearing that engine versus hearing this 6-cylinder engine, this one of course sounds better. And of course, this one has more potential when you visit people like Mike's garage, give it a DNA tune and all that. And in terms of sporty driving, proper. Right, cheers. All right, finished my recce. Just now there's a weird feeling. No wonder. I was like, why this car can U-turn like that? This car has 4-wheel steer. Yeah, the rear wheels actually will steer. Nice. No wonder the turning circle is so tight. Oh, this is nice lah. For the things that you need, right? Oh. No wonder it is so agile. I thought I don't like this car. It's like, why they go and local assemble old model? Then when they change model in other countries, Malaysia still have to wait out the amortization, the local supplier contracts, yada yada yada. But it's a solid product. And it's not 700k. And they tint their media cars. Thank you so much, Audi Malaysia, for tinting your media cars. I don't understand why car makers don't tint their media cars or their test drive cars. Right. All right, let's go. Yeah, my big gathering is on the 7th of June at Eco Ardens, and Eco Ardens is a beautiful township. So many people stay here now. So many nice landed properties. Yeah. People who can afford Audi Q7s. Oh, better take out my wallet. Oh, touch and go, touch and go. Excuse me. Thank you. Yeah, that's the turbo lag that you get, which in the modern day and age of hybrids and EVs, a lot of people can't get used to it. Alright? But with good brakes and good body control, you can rush up to the traffic lights and then power before you finish the turning, and the car will just stick to the road like a locomotive. That's Audi Quattro. Oh, nice. I'm sorry if I'm misbehaving, but this is a 20-lane road. Turbo lag, there we go. Final lane, I can't. Scheiße! Okay, I'm doing this because this is a 10-lane road. Okay, done. Behave. It's traffic jam in front. And that's how life is, right? We get small periodic entertainment in between stretches of traffic jam. That's life, isn't it? Right? We have to work, we have to stress, but whenever we have that little gap, try and make the most out of it, have a little bit of fun, and then return to our civil, serious self, facing the harsh realities of life. And that's when our air conditioning, our Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and our super sophisticated, stupid cruise control stock. There we go. Add distance and increase. Accidentally cancel it. Come on. Is it activated? Okay, it's activated. Add speed. Oh, there's 2 levels. I can add it to 70 km/h. And then add distance. Okay, then it does the crawling of the traffic jam for me. Yep, this is the new Audi Q7, locally assembled in Malaysia, and I think it is a solid product. Even though I do not like this screen, I think they haven't do enough with this, and this is still good, but no longer class leading. But the drive, the comfort, the chassis, the design, the build quality, the rear wheel steer, the soft closed doors, the powerful 3-liter TFSI engine, yeah, it's good. And new Audis are reliable. All right, cheers.